Thank you for joining me again this month, and this time I am here with the unboxing of 2018's first Boxycharm box, the January Boxycharm. Anyone who's not familiar with Boxycharm, it is a monthly subscription beauty box. It's $21 a month, and every month you're sent 4 to 5 full-sized high-end products that generally they say the box is always at least a retail value of $100. I haven't received a box in like the year I've had it that went below 120. This month, the retail value of my box is $148, and the past like 3-4 boxes it stayed at like the $140 range. So let's jump into it. The theme is Rock 2018. And of course, we did get an eyeshadow palette. Boxycharm's infamous for including palettes almost every month. But they did give us a little surprise because they did a complete 180. They usually send palettes that are more on the neutral side. Though I have to say, like, they're always amazing palettes. There's not one Boxycharm eyeshadow palette I've received that's still not in use by me today. And this one is called the Glam Metals by Crown Pro. Retail value $25. You open it up, it's so cute. It's got the little mirror, which is in the shape of a guitar, and as you can see, it's not the typical neutral palette. It's very colorful, and they're all metallic shades. If you look at my eye look, if you can see it that well, it's all from this palette. Like, this eye look has been done from this palette, but I will swap the shades for you. We're gonna just go across this way across. So the first one on the top row was called Punk, and that's like a grayish blue. I did an eye look the other day with that, and I fell in love with that shade. This is called Wild Thing. This is one of the shades I have on today. This is One Finger Swipe. They're very pigmented. They're very, like I said, they're very pigmented. They are very smooth, and like, I used this a couple times in conjunction with the Kylie Jenner Nice palette, so they play well with others. You don't have to use just shadows from this palette. They do blend well with other shadows. This is the Black Metal. Now, this is one I was a little disappointed because you can see from the swatch and even from my eye, the black is the only one. It doesn't have that really metallic look to it. It looks more like a matte, but that's okay because the rest are amazing colors. So the first one on the second row is called Rock On. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Second one in the second row is called Rebel. Look at that. That's just one finger swipe, and I'm not even pressing down that hard. This is called Heavy Metal. This is one of my favorite shades. When you have it on, I don't know how it looks in this light, but it's like two different light blues. Like, the way the light, depending on the way the light shifts. It's such a gorgeous and unique color. Here we have the Wicked. This is also on my eyes today. And then this is Glam Rock. And the last one is called Pop Rock. And since I've had this box for a while now, and it's just that my daughter and I have not been feeling well over the past couple weeks, I've had some time to play around with this palette before doing this video. So I have experienced every shade, and there's not one disappointment. This is a gorgeous palette. I am so impressed that they Boxycharm took a leap and they put in a very different palette from what we're used to, and I love it. I mean, I'm a big fan of foil and metallic finish shadows, and I was very happy when I opened that palette. Ooh. Oh, so sorry, I lost you there. And anybody that doesn't know, if you want to sign up for Boxycharm, you can go to boxycharm.com and sign up there. You will be put on a waiting list, and I don't know how long their waiting list is now. They become a lot more popular. When I got on the waiting list, I waited 4 days, but there were people at that time who were still 8 months in on the waiting list. And I know their popularity has risen a bit because they've been adding, they've added some brand, like really, really hot recognizable brands like IT, Tarte, and and Benefit, things like MAC brands that they hadn't been a part of their collaborations before. Now this has to be my favorite product from this month's box. It's the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer Primer for a retail of $38. It says Luminizer Primer delivers a natural radiant glow while blurring pores and imperfections for a beautifully illuminated, flawless complexion. Now, primers have never been one of the beauty products I find myself splurging on because there's so many drugstore brands that are just as good performing as high-end brands. But that's gonna probably change after using this. I am in love with this primer. A little goes a long way. It's not like when you put it on people who don't wear like foundation or anything, you can just put this on and give your face, like, it'll even out your complexion and give it a nice healthy natural glow like it says. But I tested this out with like my tinted foundations. I've said before, I'm not a full coverage foundation girl. I take good care of my skin so that I don't have to do full coverage. I don't like feeling the heaviness, but today I did test it out with a full coverage foundation from L'Oreal, and it just blows me away. Like, after I'm done blending in my foundation, I look like I'm airbrushed, like to go on in a magazine picture. Like, leaves that perfect of a canvas. So very excited for that. The next thing is IT Cosmetics, and it's the Brow Power Universal Brow Pencil. And we got a MAC brow pencil a few months ago. I'm still working on that, but I am getting close to the end, so I'm glad to have this as backup. I have tried this a few times just so I can let you know what I think of it. It comes with a spoolie at the end. Usually I get nervous when I am told universal color, because usually that means I can't use it. It'll be too dark for my eyebrows. I'm very pale with auburn hair. I have very light eyebrows that you can't even see them unless I have some kind of brow product on. But this is truly, I find, to be universal. I think this would be great with any skin tone. It's slightly angled, but it does not to an extreme. But what I love best about this is you do not have to put any pressure at all for this pencil to leave behind pigment. Like, this allows you to just feather light strokes. I've never had a pencil before that allowed me to shape because that's what I use the pencils for, as my base, to shape my brows and just fill them in a little bit. But basically, just to get the shape of my brows, it takes me less than 2 minutes with this, and I get the shape I want flawlessly every time. Once I blend out with the spoolie, it just looks so natural. I finish off with the Benefit Gimme Brow Volumizing Fiber, and that's it. But this is a very, 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 very good, great performing eyebrow pencil, and it's retailed for $24. Let's move on to this next one is from Grande Lips. It's the Grande Lips Hydrating Lip Plumper at retail value $27. It says this lip plumper infused with Volume Lip and hyaluronic acid instantly improves lip volume within 3 to 5 minutes while hydrating dry areas. Results may vary. And in the box it came in, like when you opened it, it said that it has 3 long-term, like the instant benefit you get is plumper lips for the day, but it has long-term benefits, 3 long-term benefits, which is more moisturized lips, plumper lips, and firmer lips. I really can't say anything about the plumping thing. I got pretty full lips as it is, so I wasn't really, I can't really tell much with any plumping product. But because of the hyaluronic acid, I can tell you it probably does give some type, and whatever Volulip is. But I know with hyaluronic acid, you're bound to get some type of plumping. And it comes in different shades. And I got like a dusty rose shade. And if you look at it here, the tip is plastic. Very sanitary. It's plastic. And all you do is push this button once, and just enough comes out to put on like your bottom lip. Then you click it again and put it on your top lip. It says it can be used as a base product before your lipstick, just as a moisturizer by itself, or as a lip gloss. Like you can see, it's a dusty rose. The way I use this is when I get, while I'm doing my skincare, like my serums and moisturizers, I'll apply this to my lips after the argan oil sinks in. And this, by the time I get around to doing my lipstick, this will have absorbed into my lips. And I can vouch for its moisturizing claims. It does leave my lips very moisturized. I exfoliate my lips on a daily basis, and I haven't, I cut out one of my normal lip products and filled it in with this to see how it worked, and it does have great moisturizing properties. The last thing that we've received this month is also gorgeous. It's the the Complexion Authority Bronze and Brighten Cheek Palette. Retail value of $34. Now, the only thing that might be a little disappointing is last month we got a blush palette, a palette strictly devoted to the different color blushes, and we got a bronzer palette that had 3 different matte shades and then the shiny shade. But this is so gorgeous. The formula is so amazing, and the colors are I can't be mad. Already the bronzer and cheek blush palette that we received last night has been forgotten in place with this. I love Pure Cosmetics. This is what it looks like. Now, I'm lying a little bit. I do still use the bronzer palette from last month because I use bronzer for contour, so it has to be matte. The bronzer in this one is the shiny one, but it does beautiful as an eyeshadow. Or if I do a bronze look, it's beautiful if I just pop it in the middle of the eye because it gives it a lot of shine. Look at that. I mean, look at that. And I barely pressed it. These feel like spun silk. The blush color looks like that, which when I first got it, I'm like, oh, that's going to be way too dark on me. But I'm wearing it today, and it actually looks great. It gives me a nice natural flush. I do make sure that I press my blush brush very lightly into it. I don't cover my blush brush with pigment, and I get just the right amount of flush. It is normally like I mentioned before, one of the hacks I used to do is after applying a powder blush, I'll take a bit of Vaseline and blend it in over the blush, so it gives me the glowy, radiant look. With this, I don't have to do that, because with this formula, it already like the blush, like once you put the blush on, it gives you like a naturally glowy, radiant look. I can't say enough about this formula, and the highlight is, I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's just so soft, so pigmented, so easily blended. I have that highlight on today, right here. And for a pearl highlighter, like because I have other pearl highlighters that are just very natural looking, hardly noticeable, but this, I don't know if you can tell that this is a very noticeable highlight as a pearl without being like outrageous looking, perfectly acceptable in a professional environment, but more like noticeable than other ones. Like I have gotten 3 separate compliments from complete strangers with wearing the blush and the highlight together from this palette. Once from a employee at my local CVS, from a total stranger in the Walmart that I was shopping at, and then just yesterday at Acme, the gentleman behind the register like said something about me. So I mean that palette and it's in between that, the Purr palette and this luminizer, these two would have made the $21 worth it for me. Just these two. Throw in the like gorgeous metal eyeshadow palette and this amazing eyebrow pencil, and once again, Boxycharm just knocks it out of the park. They are my favorite subscription. Of course, you can't really compare them to Ipsy and Sephora. That's why I do those unboxings separately, because it is a little more pricey because you get full-size products, but they have really stepped their game up just from the year that I've had them. Like, they never used to include such well-known brands as MAC, Tarte, IT, what, sorry, oh, my brain just, right there, but they have been, like, when you received the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea 2 palette, like, this month, IT product, and I saw a spoiler for next month. I'm not going to say what it is for those of you who do have Boxycharm and like to be surprised, but I can say it's, once again, they're putting in a cult favorite brand, and the product, I can't wait to receive it. So that's Boxycharm for this month. Thank you for tuning in. Again, $21 for the first month's box of the year came to $148, and there's not one product in this box that I'll have to give away or donate. I will use every single one of these products until they are no longer usable. Either I run out or they expire. So those of you who really aren't familiar with Boxycharm, I highly encourage you to go on the website and check it out, because it's more than worth it. I do keep my Ipsy and Sephora. They're good. They are good subscriptions, like, for the samples, to get to know new products. And I'm almost always happy with them. But with Boxycharm, it's always full-size products that I've never opened a Boxycharm box, not one, and been disappointed in it. So go ahead and check that out if it's in your budget. It would also be a great gift for any makeup loving woman in your life. But again, thank you. I hope this gives you a better idea of the products that came in this month's box and how they work and how I find them best used. And I will see you next month with Ipsy and Sephora first. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your January.